Camera. Cool. 225 left is selected, 2 laser, 1 flashing, full bars, no fault, safe. Emerging from the darkness.
Are you using the camera for that?
I use the camera for everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Today is a day for justice.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a frontline cop at the Mount Wellington Police Station, and this is Ride Along. In case you're wondering about this shirt, I was invited to spend a week and a bit working with the crime squad detectives out of the Auckland Central Police Station, just to get a taste of what their job's like, and to be able to show you as well. If you've got any questions specifically for the detectives, let me know and I'll see if I can get one of them to front the camera and answer them. In the meantime, enjoy. Comms ACC 11.
Okay.
Good morning, could you assign us to the Sky City job, please?
Brilliant.
Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to a misty Saturday morning. I'm working with my old friend.
Back at it again.
Back at it again.
In a different uniform.
Who's training to be a detective. Much like when you first become a constable, you do some workplace assessments over a period of about 2 years. When you first become a detective, like my man Johnny Wong, you do some workplace assessments. So he's in the process of doing those now. And you're officially called a constable on trial for that process, aren't you?
That's correct.
Yeah, and then eventually after that you get your gold badge and you're officially a detective.
Yeah. Or we go to detective constable after that, after constable on trial.
Detective constable.
Yeah.
Oof.
Right.
And you get the gold badge.
It's got a sweet ring.
It's
got a sweet ring to it.
That's the ring to it, yeah. It's tempting. So this morning we've been dispatched to a rape. It's a serious offence, which is why crime squad detectives will be attending in the first instance, and not sort of standard uniform staff. Not to say they can't do the job, but obviously complex and delicate investigations require a bit more experience, which is why we'll be going together with a few other members of our team and the sergeant in charge of the section at the moment. As you can imagine, due to the nature of the job, the initial investigation took the majority of our shift, and it will form a small part of the ongoing investigation into the offence. If you'd like to know about the process for reporting a sexual assault or anything about the way that the police handle those files, there's tons of information on the New Zealand Police website, and there's a link down in the description. And in times like this, it's really good that people drive with their headlights on. Unlike that grey car in the fog, and another grey car in the fog with no headlights. Come on people.
Especially if you're cyclists.
You got to do better.
Especially cyclists. It's time and put your lights on, you know.
Yeah, well at this time it's 9:20, but it's still super foggy. Well, hopefully that works. Do you think white is risky? I don't think it's that risky. You're wearing white as well.
I know.
White and blue though. At least it matches. I don't match. I haven't dressed myself well. Hey everybody. So we are out on another late shift with the detectives out of Auckland Central Police Station. Strange for me, basing out of the city. I'm so used to the suburbs. But we are venturing into the suburbs this afternoon for an unfortunately serious incident that involves a death. Now, death is part of life, but when people die in circumstances that aren't expected by doctors and medical personnel, then we are called to investigate on behalf of the coroner. So this afternoon we're attending this job to do that, to complete an investigation, to try and get some closure for the family and determine how this person has passed away. And that investigation gets passed on to the coroner, which is kind of like a judge, and they have a hearing which is similar to a court hearing, but it's more about finding out the facts and determining a cause of death rather than laying blame. Yeah.
I don't use washing.
Oh, PCS from 2 seconds.
Touched it.
This is the unfortunate reality of police work. Sometimes you have to go to a job and your sandwich is going to roll around the car and become defeated. It just makes me want to cry. It's only a BP. You know, like, that's my favourite BP sandwich. I crank so many BP sandwiches, but that's my favourite.
What is it?
It's ham and cheese, ham and mustard, and ham and egg. It's the ham triple. One of the cool things about pretending to be a detective for the week is driving an unmarked police car, because people just don't tend to notice you. Every time you pull them over, it's a little bit of surprise. I've been behind you this whole time while you've been flooring it at intersections.
Was there more than for one person?
I think it's 3.
Constable Hurn, that guy's been discharged. Constable Hurn is going in on foot and on the gun route from the school.
So one of the really cool things about riding along with the detectives for a shift is being part of some of the more major crime operations. And this is one of those, where there's a stack of patrol cars, as you can see in the distance, along with some specialists and St John's ambulance, and we're all rolling out to a search warrant, which I can't say any more about because of the nature of the investigation. Yeah, I'll carry one. I'll take my weight.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, but I have to blur your face. Can't use your image. Oh, the darkness. What are you doing, Claudia?
Hey? Stickers on stuff.
So one of the less glamorous parts of the job, when you have the fun of executing a search warrant, you also have the fun of exhibiting everything you find, which in this case is hundreds of items.
We're getting able to tell me for getting the bail easy.
I'll figure that out in a sec, mate. I haven't had a chance to figure that out yet. There's some stuff in the car, hey? Am I going to find any more cannabis in the car, man? And then he's got a wallet here with even more IDs.
What was he saying about that?
Other people's bank cards. Oh man, have I just got myself a mad can of worms?
Yeah.
We got ourselves a meth pipe and a little bag. Some very suspicious wallet full of cards that do not belong to this person. But most importantly, we've got an air pistol, and you can see in there a pretty decent sized knife. These items are legal to own, but you still have to have a lawful and sufficient purpose to have it with you. And cruising around at 4 o'clock in the morning with it in your car is neither lawful or sufficient. So if you have one, keep it locked up at home and only use it in an environment where you can do so safely. Don't cruise around with it in your car. So that's it for our set of shifts. And I'll just look super weird talking to this camera, making my way through the car park. Hey. This stuff is all just being destroyed, and the person who was found with it is going to be charged with some offences relating to this stuff, as well as some other property that we found in the vehicle. And we're in. Let's just book them in. Oh, look at these! Look at these humans.
Look at some exhibits.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's sad. No, I'll go drop my DNA off first. Yeah. Sad. Yeah, I'm gonna cry in the elevator about the inefficiency of my trip now.